So what's good, guys? Welcome to Rusty Designs, and today you join me in the middle of Project Freebie. Now, I was hoping to kind of go a bit further, but you've caught me kind of mid modification, if you want to call it that. So I'll show you what I've got here in the corner. And there's a few bits that have changed on Project Freebie. Now, if you've been keeping up with my Instagram page, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's been a few changes here, and there's also a few bits here, as you can see on the floor. There's a front bumper, a big bumper car, fog lights, an air vent, spoilers, some arches, or not even arches. These are kind of gaps in between. So if you kind of know what those are, then you can know what I'm going to be doing. As well as I need to kind of dedicate some time to the Rusty Designs workshop, which is kind of feeling a bit neglected. Hopefully the ramp will be here soon, as well as I need to do loads of tidying up. It's actually getting messier, not tidier, which is not a good look. And to help me tidy, you guys could actually help me tidy. And that's because I've got so much stuff. I've actually put stuff up on my website page. I've got loads of little bits. If you're looking for the odd Mark II bit, the odd Mark III bit, there's actually loads on the website. It's www.rustydesigns.com. Got electric window kits, electric mirror kits, a few bits and pieces on there, heat shields if you've got 16 valves, bits and bobs on there, stuff that I'm kind of going through, and that's kind of, I'm going to be updating that page, the sales page, the shop page, every week or every day almost, with like, as I come across bits, I'm going to be putting, I don't need this, they'll put stuff up there for sale. eBay's been a little bit difficult, and all, plus you've got the eBay fees and all that kind of stuff, so you can grab yourself a bargain or some bits, or help me out kind of cleaning some of the stuff that I don't need here in the workshop. Check out the website, guys. Now, like I said at the top of the video, you caught me mid-modification. What does that mean? I've been kind of building up, you know what it's like with a project, you've got to kind of build up bits and find them at the right prices and find the bits and then get them modified or get them repaired or get them painted, whatever it may be. So in the background, I've been, you know, bubbling on Project Freebie, kind of getting bits and pieces, and I can't wait to show you the interior of the car. I've been kind of working, obviously I've done all the underpinning, all the suspension, bushes, brakes, engine conversion, gearbox, all that kind of stuff's been done. Now I'm attacking the interior. So I've got a new steering wheel, seats, the door cards you probably won't see because they're not going to be ready yet. But basically 90% of the interior is going to be done. I can't wait to show you guys. Here's a little hint on the BMW. Yeah, some original new old stock cloth there. And I've also made some styling mods, because the last thing on this car over the winter Christmas period is going to be getting the whole car resprayed. But before I get the car sprayed, I wanted to kind of settle on a look or a style I want the car in. Now, with these Mark II Golfs, there is no wrong way, there is no right way, there is the way you like to do it. Now, people go big bumpers with no arches, people go arches, big bumpers, the whole 90 look with the skinny kind of side trims. Some people got skinny bumpers, some people kind of mix and match. You've got so many variants of how you want to do it, depending on the year of the car. Now, this car is a 1991 end-of-line car. Here in Portugal, it came with skinny bumpers. In the UK, it would have come with big bumpers. But it wouldn't have come with the full arch kit. It would have come with like little trim bits. And that's the look I'm going for. So I'm going to kind of go for this GL look on the car, which is basically big bumpers with the little kind of trim bits, the half kind of splats with the thicker door trims on it. And that's the look I'm going for. It's personally what I like. I think it's going to work. When you see the car, I'm going to show it to you with the 14s, which I don't think is definitely going to work with the 14s, but with the 15s, I think it looks very nice. You know, it looks like a very nice, tidy GL. Obviously it's not, it's a 16 valve with a 6-speed gearbox and all the rest of it. So I've got the brackets actually on the fogs now. So now it's just a matter of, is that side? Probably not. Nope. There you go, fog lights mounted, and also the lower chin spoiler mounted as well. So now let's go outside, strip down the old skinny bumper, take off the lower kind of valance, that this metal trim bit here. I've actually got one of these there, that's going to go on Project Joker. This thing, remove that and the grille, and also then fit this little trim bit here. Need to give that a clean actually. It goes on the cross, on the lower cross beam, scoops air up, and then also fit these two front ones on, ready to go. I also have these little extra bits that the GTI have, these little trim bits that kind of thicken up these partitions, whatever you want to call them. So yeah, I'm looking quite forward to this because this is the only look I've never had. I've had big bumpers totally clean. I've had big bumpers full kit, G60 normal arches. I've had skinny bumpers totally clean apart from the splat. I've had skinny bumpers with the full kit like I had on this car, but I've never had the big bumpers with these little plates like the GL look is what I'm going to call it, because in the UK this is what we had on the GLs. They came, the late spec GLs came with this kit on it. So I've never had a GL look, so I'm quite looking forward to it. It definitely doesn't work with these little 14s on it, but with the RMs on it, I think it could look quite good, especially once the bodywork is sprayed as well. All right, let's get to this. So spoilers off. There's 10 screws in total. 7 of them actually go kind of there. And the reason why I took the spoiler off, because some of them just hold the spoiler on, but some of them also go through the panel and onto the front cross beam there. So you can see like every other one, that's spoiler, that's panel, that's spoiler, that's panel. So I removed off those. Now I'm going to remove actually one there, one there, one there, and that should be the front panel should come off with the grille, but it might be easier if I take the bumper off because this grille actually kind of tucks up underneath the bumper. So next thing I'm going to do, like I said, remove the indicators, remove the bumper, then we'll take this off last. So I actually did take the panel off without taking the bumper off, and that grille trim bit came off perfectly, and that actually gives me nice access to get to the indicators, and also gives me a lot better access to these bolts that actually hold these 217s. Don't remove that one or else the whole panel will fall and the engine will come down. So it's basically just these 217s here, and we can slide the bumper off now. So I've got the air deflector fitted on. Like I said, this kind of scoops down and catches the bottom grille and scoops the air up into the radiator. Now, next thing to do is going to be these things here. So I'm going to remove that to put a double one on. I need one on the other side as well. There, got my box of bumper clips. I'll put the old ones in there. You never know when they might come in handy. And that's what they're like if you've got the later car. Some earlier wings actually don't have the second hole. You might have to make a hole for it, but yeah, these are the later wings, so it's got the big bumper setup. So I've done one side of the splat, or finishing trim bit, or arch, or whatever you want to call this. Now I've just got to do that one in there, drill a few holes, get some pot rivets in. So I've got the arch trim on with the right pot rivets in black. I don't know if you're going to be able to see them. But yeah, it's good when you've got the right tools for the job. Makes life so much easier. All right, so I think we're pretty much ready now for the bumper to go on. So that's the bumper on, and that's the GL look completed. It tucks in quite nicely there, even though it's meant to be for the GL lower split. Kind of modified it slightly so it fits quite well. The fog lights definitely has that nice meteor look. Like I said, I don't think it's going to work well with these 14s, but at the end of the video, I'll put one side on the 15s. So like I've said, if you guys that have been on Instagram, be following me on Instagram, you'll see I posted up a few photos of the seats. So they're basically Mark III seats. I did a video on how to modify the subframes, but that's for me to do it, you know, if you did it at your own risk. And these are what the seats look like. So it's the original pattern, new old stock I got for the middle, and then just did a leather on the outside, grey, because obviously it's not a GTI, this car, so I didn't want to kind of, I've always had dark interiors. I thought for a change I'd actually go for a light, so that works really well, I think. Also with my anniversary gear knob, mini disc player. What else is modified and changed in here now? You have, oops, turn the wipers off, set of 16 valve clocks, G60 steering wheel, which I found, which is quite rare, and I had it retrimmed in leather. Adds that bit of luxury. You know, got the electric windows, central locking standard, got the electric mirrors as well. Now what I think I'm going to do to keep up with this GL luxury kind of, in quotes, in brackets, luxury, I'm going to try and actually get the rear windows electric as well, and some switches. So here's the back seats all retrimmed, as well as they're a 70-30 split. I think that works really quite well as well. Now, I've had C-pillars, GTI, and the sun visors as well, all GTI. The headlining's all been done as well. So now the only thing left to get done is the door cards. I've actually got a spare set, or I had 3 door cards. So the trimmer's actually got this one as well as the other 3 ones. So we're going to get it done in the same kind of style, basically imitating this. So going to have the grey napper on there to match the seats, and this kind of a plain grain pattern maybe. I won't put that tweed along here, and then the same with the grey on the doors as well, so it all kind of interlinks and looks quite good actually. So yeah, I'm really quite happy. Also had the pockets made at the back, because these are off a convertible, and some of them came with pockets, some of them didn't. So you've got, like, you put your map or bits and pieces in the back of there. Had the boot carpet trimmed. Got these carpet bits on the inside. The later cars didn't come with this, and this basic 1.3 spec car didn't come with anything at all, so I put that on there. And I also had him do the rear of the seats, because normally kind of card and it gets all scratched and stuff. So to add that little bit of a luxury kind of feel and look to the boot, had that done as well, in carpet in there. Now, so I think the next thing to do, if I can source, is BDs in carpet, the speaker, partial shelf holders. But that will be probably in the next video or towards the end of the year. I'll have those bits done. Also, yep, got light adjusters and the heated seats wiring, because these are heated seats, so I need to put the wiring in for that. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty nice looking car once it's all done. And also I've got these are from the Passat B3, rear electric windows, so I'm going to get these adapted into the door cards. So I've got the switches for the rear windows, and obviously I have to get the loop as well. The plug's slightly different to what would be normally on a Mark II, but yeah, I'm going to make a loom up for that. Also, if you guys do want electric window looms, I do actually have loads on my website. So check that out on www.restodesigns.com. I do front window electric kits. They're original ones. They're from the kind of the Polos and the Seats, and they've been modified, so they're kind of more or less plug and play almost into a where is, I've got one here, I think. This one needs to be modified, but it's basically just need to solder a few wires, change some of the wiring, and basically it'll be almost a plug and play into your Mark II C2 fuse box, as well as can be adapted quite easily just to fit into a C1, an early car as well. Basically just earth and power, and then ignition 12, which is this black and yellow wire, and you're away. Really is quite easy to do. But yep, I've got those on my website at quite a good reasonable price. I will ship them worldwide. But hold on, let me get the PBS RMs on so you guys can get a full look of what this looks like. So yeah, I think that works. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Like, comment. I think that looks like a pretty cool GL, no? GL Plus or GL 16 valve. Or I think that works quite well. Yeah, with the little 14s, it looks a bit silly, but running on the RMs, I would say that definitely works. As you can see, the little steel 14s, definitely a no-no compared to that there. Look at that, the sun's beating on that now. Yeah, that looks good, I like that. Can't wait to get it resprayed. Another thing I didn't mention actually, I got myself a Mark III Zebring back box and actually had to modify it to get it on. So yeah, and actually the intake, lucky enough, was a 57mm, I think it was, which I kind of cut that off, opened it up to 60mm, and then inside the box it splits into two anyway, so it worked really, really well. I've lost no performance, and if anything, actually the sound is a lot more docile compared to the little box I had at the back. That's kind of a touch and nod to the OEM old school period kind of tailpipes to the car. I remember them, used to have one of those boxes back in the day. But yeah, I'm happy with that. That's definitely a win, I think. Just need to finish off those door cards. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, ding-a-ling-a-ling, click on that notification bell and be safe.